Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project Podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. All right, it is Monday, December 1st, 2025. It's 10:38. I'm late for bed. What's new? I spent the day today working on this, app. And I made so much progress. It was great. I might be addicted. I don't know. This is so much fun. I love this so much. This is so exciting. So, because it's what I'm designing is something that I'm going to use. And I think that's the difference there between making the FitBiz stuff versus making this, I don't even know what I would call it, blade? I don't know. That's kind of the development name, just blade. I'll figure it out later. But anyway, it's different because I'm designing something that I'm going to use. So, with FitBiz, I'm designing it, and it's something that it's not, I'll never use it because I'm not going to make a fitness business and have 200 clients. But I get to, envision how it will be used and then get feedback from the coaches actually using it and then implement that feedback and then make it. And then that's cool. And, I'm an analytics nerd, so I like knowing numbers and graphs and charts. I like seeing all the different trends. I like seeing commonalities. I like finding correlations. I like finding causations, if that's even how you use that word. And I love that stuff. But I'm not going to be using it. With this app, I will be using it, and I hope to make it part of my everyday routine. I actually, kind of diving in here, actually had some images generated by ChatGPT today to make some, I had some images generated that would be what I call rank icons, which would be after you complete X, Y, Z, however many blah, 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 you're rank 1, and then rank 2, and then rank 3. And this is kind of how the status is built, how it's developed, how it's made, and how it's kind of the things that you go after, And I'm trying to think of a balance of what they need to look like, the feel, the aesthetic, the theme, things like that. And I think I've figured it out. There's certain images and icons that have been generated that I think are too dark. They're too evil. The inspiration for this is actually Call of Duty Prestige icons. If you don't know anything about them, just type in Call of Duty Prestige emblems, and then find one that has all of them if you can, and you'll see the inspiration right there. But there's just something about getting a new emblem and having that emblem represented by you. Same thing with 75 Hard. I've had the 75 Hard patch on my backpack. I've had the pins. I have the bison on my backpack. I have a hat for it. It's a status thing. It's a symbol of strength, of resilience, perseverance. It's the 75 Hard emblem is a symbol of the fact that I completed the program, and I can rep that badge because I've done it, and I have the Live Hard pin as well. I can rep that shit because I earned it. I earned that. I have the status of being a 75 Hard completer. I actually think I'm going to start that up relatively soon. And there's just status with it. There's, I don't know, going off of Call of Duty, there's prestige with it. You look at that emblem and you associate it with somebody and you say, oh, holy shit, he did that. That's cool. He's been in the game so long that he completed XYZ, whatever, That's cool. That's very cool. So I have been just putting in prompts into AI to see what will generate, and I've gotten some pretty cool emblems actually. Like I said, I'm trying to find the balance of what it should look like and certain things like that. And there's a few emblems that have been generated, and they are out of the park. They are perfect. And there's this one, I don't know what you'd call it. Maybe it's an eagle. Maybe it's just a hawk. I don't know. It's winged. It's got some armor on it, but it's got this ambient glow, like it's on fire. It's smoky. It's so sick. I wish I came up with this by myself, but I don't know. That's just some crazy shit. And I actually had it generate me even more images, but they got really demonic really quick. I mean, we have the upside down star. I can't remember what that's called. With a skull. We have this devil thing with horns and the wicked ears. I don't know. It just got really evil really quick. And I literally wrote, no evil satanic stuff. This is horrible. Not what I want at all. And then I had it regen some stuff. And there's some other images that it generated that are, if you ask me, badass. But they are, these are not fitting for what I'm going after. And then I had it even generated some other images, but they're just so corny. I mean, so corny. I mean, we have a little gem in a circle. It looks like I don't know, it looks like I'm playing Wizards Online. What is it called? Wizards 101? Is that what it is? Wizard 101? I don't know. I feel like I'm playing that shit. And then it generated another group of images, and they're fine, but they're just, I don't know, they're all stony. There's no color. Really weird. And then there's some that it just knocked it out of the park. They're just great. You know, I'm really trying to not even err on the side of happy for everybody, you know, going off of yesterday's show, fucking turtle. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make these badass looking, I'm trying to make them nice, you know. And what's really cool about this is this takes 0 time for me to do. I put 0 effort into this. I write a prompt, and then ChatGPT generates these images. It actually generates them fairly slowly, but the quality is great. And so I put it in and then wait, you know, 2-3 minutes, and then I'm doing something else, probably giving prompts to Cursor, and then I come back and I look at them and I say, cool, let's keep this one and this one, regen, and then that's it. So it's very cool. I get to be in control of these things and give different emblems and icons to different achievements and things like that. And I love that. I fucking love that stuff. So the fact that I get to create something like that other people can benefit from and hopefully kind of buy into. People freak the fuck out when you say the word cult, but, you know, to make a thriving brand, a thriving community, a culture, you know, cult, right? Cult, culture. The fuck? Culture. It's funny when you say someone's in a cult, but then you say you want to have good culture, you know. I think culture comes from cult. So, anyway, I just want to get it. I want to get it right, and I came up with some ranks of how many days in a row you would complete something without missing. The idea is that it's very easy early on, and then it's fucking brutal later on, because these are some real world hardcore fucking ranks to achieve. And I don't want to get into this because it's probably going to change, but the ranks go to 20, and rank 20 is 1,000 days in a row without missing. And for weeks, it actually does the same thing. It goes to rank 50, but it goes to 1,000. Sorry. It goes to rank 20, but it goes to 143 weeks, which is still 1,000 days. And so rank 1 is 5 days, 2, 10 days, 3, 20 days, 4, 35 days, 5, 55 days. So you can get to rank 5 in 2 months, right? To get from rank 6 to 10, you go from 80 days to 230 days. So about half a year, a little less. And then to go from rank 11 to 15, that's a full year. So you go from 280 to 530, which actually is not a full year, my bad. And then to go from, to go from rank 16 to 1,000 is almost 400 days. So the idea is that you grind out the early ranks early on with whatever task you're doing, get the rank, get the achievement, and then after you get to rank 10, probably have a cool emblem, and then you're in the grind phase where you're not leveling up, you're not ranking up for 2 months at a time. I mean, it literally is designed, I guess, mathematically to increase by 5, except for the only difference actually is to go to 1,000. So from rank 2, which is 10 days, so you go 10 days in a row without missing, that's 5 days from rank 1, which is 5 days. And then rank 3 is 10 days. Rank 4 is 15 days. And I mean the days between that rank and the previous. So between 4 and 3, it's 15. Between 5 and 4, it's 20. Between 6 and 5, it's 25. It goes up by 5. Every single one, except the 2,000, except the 1,000, which is rank 20. So it goes 16 is 75, 1780, 1885, 1990. And rather than going to 95, because that would not put it at 1,000, it goes to 140. So actually, if I change that, I wonder what the natural rank would be. Because the idea was that I would just keep it at rank 20. I don't think this is correct. Oh, it is correct. So if you keep the pattern going, we wouldn't hit 1,000 until rank 21. Technically, you actually still would hit you would still hit 1,000 days. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, you would technically still hit rank 1,000. Sorry, rank 20, which is 1,000 days, on rank 20, but it wouldn't be the graduator or the level upper. If that makes sense. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, these things are definitely going to change. This is not really that important right now because these are for individual tasks. So you can get, if you want to take an ice bath 5 days in a row, then, if you want to take an ice bath for 5 minutes and you do it 1,000 days in a row, or even 5 days in a row, you'll get that rank icon associated with the ice bath. Now, if they're globally ranked or nationally ranked or whatever, or recognized tasks or blades or whatever, then that'll go on the leaderboard. If it's just some kind of personal thing, then you'll still get it, but it won't be recognized that way. But for an overall rank of how many tasks, how many blades have you done over a certain amount of time that you've gotten to rank 10 on, or how many blades, how many times you leveled up, what's the cumulative total, all this stuff that's going to factor into your total rank, your overall rank, which are the icons that I was designing today. I mean, I didn't design shit, I just gave it a prompt, but that's some of the stuff that I was kind of just brainstorming. Again, that took zero time. I mean, cumulatively, maybe an hour out of my 12-hour day. I don't know. And anyway, so today I spent the good majority of it just actually getting the app kind of more polished off to make sure with what I have. So, I mean, there's a lot I want to add, but rather than kind of throwing everything up on the wall, like I thought was helpful for me, I'm really just trying to make a feature and then think of every single way that feature could be used, and then write notes about the future of that feature, and then keep on going. So there's a few things I got to change and improve and blah, 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 and that's fine. Just writing prompts, just trying to keep track as I go. What's really cool is there's a voice feature. So I can click on the little microphone and I can just speak to it rather than typing, which is so much faster. But it's really cool because even if you don't use this for blades and stuff, it's a great habit tracker, and it's going to be the most detailed and customizable tracker there is, So I don't know. I think there's a shit ton of potential with this based on 2 episodes ago. There's so much that I can do here, and I'm stoked about this, to be honest. There's a lot that I need to go through and ensure that works properly, but I am kind of obsessed at the moment. This is so much fun for me to go through and build and design. It's like I said, it's something that I will be using, something that I'm in control of, and I hope that other people find a benefit as well. And it's cool because this is actually something that I can share with my friends, with my family, and they can actually use it if they want. Everything up to this point that I've ever made or designed or offered for business and blah, 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 family can't really use it or benefit from it. I mean, I guess they could buy coaching, but I don't know. I guess it's just a little bit different. So yeah, there's a lot that I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. There's a lot of features that I'd like to build, but they're just not important, so doing my best to go through and polish these off, and without diving too far into everything. Like I said, I'm just really trying to test everything. I spent, honestly, the last 2 hours, 3 hours, probably 50 prompts trying to figure out this issue with a bug that it just couldn't recognize some of the code in here as for what it was. It was some kind of private scope. I don't know the shit. And I really turned to Claude, I turned to GPT, turned to Codex. I guess that's the same thing. And I had both of those look into it themselves. I had them both give me prompts to then give to Cursor. And I don't know what the trick was, but I finally figured it out. Actually, 10 minutes before I started recording the show. And I wanted to scream for joy, but it's late and Lexi's sleeping, so can't do that. But I'm so glad that I figured that out, because that means I get to start tomorrow off with no errors, with no bugs, clean slate, get to rock and roll. And I'm very excited about that. There's actually a few things that I need to look at to improve upon for sure. I mean, we can actually go through this right now and see if it works. Let's see. If I create a blade right now and change the frequency. So there's an error, there's this issue with frequencies. So if I say I want to do something 3 times every 2 weeks, or even, I don't know, we'll just go 10 times every 3 weeks. If I want to do that, if I create it, is it even going to let me? Let's see. Okay, so it did. So put it here. It's just displaying the thing that I created as I need to do it one time. It's not displaying. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, it's not displaying. Yeah, see, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I don't know where it went. Did it get deleted? I don't know. There's just some errors, that I have to figure out. And it's okay. I just don't know where the fuck it went. So I can open up the console actually and see what happened. Marking complete. So where the fuck did it go? Yeah, there's some errors. I gotta write that down. So when completing, wait, actually, what am I doing? I can just type it in. I can plan it. I gotta let it know we got it. I don't know. I want to be nice to AI. I literally write all the time, success, this works, great job, let's go. I literally type that to AI. I just created a new blade and completed it, and it disappeared from the dashboard, but I can see it in stats. Please fix. Also, it's a multiple completion task, so I need to be able to see the numbers 0 out of 10, for example, of times completed like previously requested. Please fix. So I'm a little nervous because I've been battling with all this for the last 2-3 hours. Finally got a working version. Downloaded it on my phone, so now I have it. I can play around with it. It's pretty cool. I have to enable developer mode on my phone, restart it. Security's reduced, kind of scary, but it's fine. But I got to test and make sure everything works. So yeah, I just what I just spoke out loud of was fixing this error. I just made a little task and I completed it, and it disappeared. No idea where it went. So that's a problem. But it shows up in the stats, which is interesting. So I don't know what I said. I said I got to complete it 10 times in 3 weeks. Is that what I said? Which it should have been, was it 8 times in 3 weeks? I don't know. It says my completion rate is 14%. I have no idea where the fuck it's getting that percentage from. Let's see. So right now it's running the code. It is doing everything. I have told it to write in the console every single thing that it does so that when I am looking at this, I can debug very quickly. I think you should do that anyway. If you are a seasoned software developer, you put everything in the console. So every step of every process, for the most part, you just write what's happening. So when certain things don't work, it literally tells you why and how and what line and how to fix it and what's wrong. So I had to do that. And now when I go through and have it run stuff, it spams the shit out of the console for sure. But it also makes it very easy to look at and figure out what the fuck is going on. So that's pretty cool. That's very cool stuff. It's still doing its thing. There's a lot of back-end logic that I need to figure out as well. There's a lot of scheduling and days and forecasting and future. There's so much. And my goal is to complete that tomorrow. But anyway, that's that. FitBiz, I haven't touched it today. I actually got a message from Dawson, and he actually said that he's going to plug me into, let me read it. So it was a random message from Dawson. He followed it up with a big ask of, or not a big ask, an error of what's going on with Notion. So he says, hey, bro, going to plug you into a giant group chat of coaches doing over 30K months. That's all he said. And then he said, by the way, and then he sent me a video of some shit that's going wrong with his...
So in here, I think this was the same issue as before. I got Rayanne in here at...
Yeah, so he just sent me some issues. And that's pretty fucking cool. So I'm going to talk to him about that, see what I can do, and then continue working on FitBiz. I actually might kind of revamp what I already have with FitBiz because it's become a very... I don't want to say daunting. It's not the right word, but I go into work on it, and I honestly have no idea where the fuck to start, what to do. And I think I got way ahead of myself. I started making employee schedules and trying to link all that shit. And I've learned, I guess, through doing that and then also making this app so far that the best way to start is literally from the top. So make a login page, make the security, make all that shit work. Make sure you can log on 2 different accounts and it's separate right off the bat. Make sure everything saves. It works right off the bat. I think that would save me so much time and frustration. And I think if I just, like I said, if I would just remake everything in Notion exactly how it is, and then, just little bit by little bit, I think that would be the best bet for me. And then just go from there. And if that means I have to, sacrifice a little bit of, I guess, customization for the coaches for the time being, then so be it. I don't know. I'm sure there's ways to do it, but I don't know. There's a lot that I have yet to learn, and honestly, FitBiz is quite a behemoth of a project compared to this app. I mean, we're talking an app that just shows analytics for tasks, streaks, and then a leaderboard, and then, being able to friend somebody and see what they got going on. I think it's much simpler. Okay, so it just finished. So we are going to build it. It's building right now. Build succeeded. Now we're going to run it. I'm actually going to run it on my phone just so I have it. Now it should. It's so funny because the build name in all my files is called Habit Tracker, and I guess it is that, but it's so funny because this is such a fucking badass habit tracker. So it looks like what I said for it to do didn't work. So if I click on this, what happens? See, it just disappears. So we got some issues. Not completed reload habit water. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, we're good. See, it didn't work again. So this is definitely going to be something I have to mess around with. Wonder if it saved the progress. Let's go to stats. It did. So it saved the progress. Is it because this is not completed? I'm really confused, to be honest with you. Well, let's see what happens if I enable everything. I have a dashboard settings display drop down. When I click on that, it shows me everything. Interesting. I don't really know how to... I'm just going to mark all these off as completed. See what happens. We'll just end the day like that. What do I need to do? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to get back into this. Just so excited to continue working on this. But anyway, so Dawson sent me that, so that's cool. I'll have to get back on FitBiz and kind of regenerate some stuff and approach it a better way this time. Kind of like Notion all over again. I learn one thing and then I think, holy fuck, I learned a much better way. We'll do it that way. You know, anyway. But actually today, what's crazy is Mina sent me a message for some things to fix. His closer did, Victoria. A coach of his, Johnny, did as well. From Trey's team, we had Jamaica. She messaged me saying to fix something. Trey messaged me asking me to fix something. Gave me some positive feedback, which is great. We had Dawson message me, ask me for some help. We had... No, that was everything. But it was all in one day. And this morning I was like, what the fuck is going on? Just one thing after the other, dude. And so, yeah, I'm going to be working on some stuff with Mina. I mean, I spent probably, I don't know how long doing some stuff for Mina. It was on his Notion. I'd say another good chunk of the day. Making sure all the clients' renewals were set up and good to go. Making sure everything was linked up. He found some issues that I'll have to fix, which is what I'm going to do. It's a very tedious one, so love that. But we'll get it done, and then hopefully all of his stuff will be good to go. But that's kind of my day, so that's how it's going. Happy December. That's fucking crazy. It snowed here in Utah the other day, and I think there's still snow on the ground now. So kind of cool, because I've always joked that is if it could just snow in December and then never snow again for the rest of the year, that'd be sweet. And so far, it seems like we got my wish. I mean, it snowed not in December. It snowed a couple days ago, but very cool. There's yesterday. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. But yeah, that's all I got. That's the show. I'm really excited to go to sleep and wake up and continue working on this. So, yep, that's everything. Appreciate you guys listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.